lagi apa nih? Cái nhiều cười gì? Cái cái đã tới những cái gì mà
Bella come to your house? Did Bella come to your house? For visit? There you go. Took her away. What? No.
Alright, Mia, what should I get? I'm gonna get the whale. Where do I put these? On my clothes?
On your clothes. So
Not on my person?
Not on your person.
Should I put it on my shoe? Hold up. So I'm keeping my it's on them.
Here he comes to you.
He's gonna come to you. Whoa!
Look at him.
Look at him.
Yes. Look at him rubbing on the fence.
Look at that. You got a big alligator?
I know.
All right. Abby, leave the rock. Let's go. Come on. Abby, come here.
Can you add anything on?
He does look nice. He's just sitting there. Where'd they go?
You see him? You see him? You can't pet that dog. Big doggy. Laugh. It's like a big puppy dog. That's what they do? Yeah. You can't pet him. Yeah, he's like a big puppy doggy. Like a dog. Dog.
It was a sports bar, but it was more of a pub than anything. So this guy who was over here started problems, and Jim's friend was an MMA player. His name is Billy. But Jim's problem is that he runs his mouth because he thinks nobody will do it.
Did something to the mic. So you know what Mike did? He turned around and with your hand raised. You have no idea how deadly it is. Those are my favorite kind of punches.
Bring it down, it'll hurt.
I'm getting in, gang.
Oh, I see them. Okay.
This one right here. The single's right back to
Alrighty, did everybody have a good safari tour so far? Yeah, I thought so. We made it pretty far out here, didn't we? Now, we do have our largest breed of donkeys here. I'm going to go over the rest of the rules real quick though before I go over these donkeys. While we're out here in our fields, we're going to see animals with very large horns and antlers on top of their heads. Just please watch your surroundings when these animals do come up to the bus. They do not have a clue how big their horns and antlers are, and they will swing them a whole lot back and forth. So just please watch your surroundings. We're also going to see antlers on these animals, on our small deer and our elk. Please do not touch them. They're in a very sensitive growing process right now. We do not want to hurt or agitate the deer. If you are feeding the animals today, please only feed the carrots, pellets, and popcorn that you bought down in our safari station. No other food like M&M's, Skittles, or lollipops. The animals may take it from you. It does not mean it is good for them, though. We do not want to get our animals sick. If you do drop anything or anyone off the side of the bus, please let me know. I will gladly stop to retrieve that person for you. If not, they're going to have a very long walk back to our safari station, and they will be getting the same food you're feeding these donkeys right now.
For your feet,
Now, if you do drop anything off the bus, I'm going to warn you, we do have very large piles of poop out here. It will most likely land in a pile of poop, and you're going to be getting a very nice surprise when you get the item back. Now, we do have our largest breed of donkeys here. They are known as the Baudet du Poitou, which is a French name. I promise you do not have to repeat that. There are actually 4 in total. We have 3 females and 1 male, which is our all dark brown one. I'm not sure where the other ones are at the moment, but we do have 4 in total.
Yeah.
2 back, too.
There is not much interesting about them, except they are the largest breed, and they're also known for growing very long dreadlocks, especially in the winter season. If you guys were here at Spice before, we had 2 Z-Donks, which are half zebra, half donkey. You guys may have heard them as donkeys as well. They were here in the safari tour. They did tend to bite people a lot, though, so we had to remove them from our safari tour. I do want to say, though, they did tend to bite people because they do have both upper and lower teeth, and their jaws are incredibly strong. And people also just tended to stick their fingers right into their mouths, and of course, that's not going to feel too good. So we did have to remove them. These donkeys here did replace them, and so far, no issues with these donkeys. Now, we do have a type of antelope up here in front of us. I am going to pull forward just a little bit to go over them. These guys will not come up to the bus, though. They are very scared and very skittish of the buses. We do not want to scare them anymore.
Are they in the middle of like shedding?
Laura, the one over here, put his head right on the unaweza kutoa lakini punda inaweza kukuuma. Kuna meno inaweza
Alright, these antelope are known as the scimitar oryx. They do come from Africa. Explorers saw them a long time ago from very far away and at an angle. They thought they only had 1 horn on top of their head. Does anybody know what has 1 horn on its head?
Unicorn.
Unicorn, yes. They thought they were unicorns, and that is actually how we came up with the legend of the unicorn. Now, back in the year 2000, they did go extinct in the wild, and sadly today they are still extinct in the wild. We are slowly trying to bring them back through captivity, but there are only less than 400 in captivity today. We at Tobias are very glad that we have them here because someday we might not see them at all. Also, if you do go up to our giraffes today, you'll see another type of antelope up there that looks almost like these guys. They are known as the addax. They are also extinct in the wild, but there are less than 100 in captivity today. Again, very glad to have them at our park. We're also going to see 3 large flightless birds in our safari tour. Our gray and white ones, they are known as rayas. These birds can run up to 35 miles per hour. They are the 4th largest flightless bird in the world. We are also going to see some hatchlings out here in our fields. I promise you, we have tons of them. They're very cute as well. Our other large flightless bird in our safari tour is our emu. That's what we saw down in our safari station. They are generally brown and black in color. They are the 2nd largest flightless bird. And then we do have the largest flightless bird in the world in our park, not in our safari tour though. That is the ostrich. I'm very glad they are not in our safari tour. They are pretty dangerous birds. They can run up to 45 miles per hour. They stand about 9 feet tall, so a bit taller than these buses. And one kick from an ostrich can actually kill a lion. They are very powerful birds. Now, if you did want to see any of our eggs, horns, antlers today, you can go over to our museum. They have a lot of cool artifacts and fun facts about our animals and our park in there. They do also have air conditioning, which is absolutely fantastic. We do have air conditioning on this bus, but sadly, it only works when we are moving, which we are going to start moving up the hill here to find our larger animals of our safari tour. Animals back the hill. So also sometimes see birthing mothers or newborn babies in there, which we are at the Now over to the left of us there, just in the corner, you'll see our 2 male reticulated giraffes. We have a 5-year-old named Bakari and a 4-year-old named Tucker. Now you can visit these 2 anytime today at our giraffe deck. You can also go to our 3 giraffe feeding times at 10:30, 1 o'clock, and 4. You will buy the food at the concession stand right next to their enclosure. They get separate food from what these animals eat here in our safari tour. And also that food is limited. Those feedings go on for about a half an hour to 45 minutes after they start. But on Saturdays we are incredibly busy, so I recommend going up as soon as possible, maybe even a half an hour early to those feedings. Now while you are also up at our giraffe barn today, you can visit our brand new lion enclosure just up ahead of us here. Also, if you look over to our right, we do have an adult rhea standing there. Just under his feet, we have some of his babies.
Oh, over here, look, Laura, right there.
Now, also to our left-hand side with our brand new lion enclosure, you can see our 2-way African lion 1-year-old. We have a male named Kovu and a female named Suri. You can visit these 2 anytime today. These 2 will be out until 1 o'clock. After that, our adult African lion will be out for you guys. His name is Leo. You may have seen him before here at Tobias. We do not keep the 2 males out at the same time because 2 males in one group of lions does not work out too well. So if you did want to see 2 white African lions, I recommend coming up as soon as possible. They will be brought back into the building around 1 o'clock today. One section right now. Alrighty, we do have our llamas here. They are llamas, not alpacas. Alpacas will be found in our petting zoo today in a fenced-off enclosure. They do look a bit naked right now. We did recently shear them. As you are feeding them and petting them, you may notice they have a split upper lip and a bottom lip. Their tongues are actually not able to come out of their mouths, so they use their lips to pick up all the food off the ground or off your hand. As you are feeding the animals today, just make sure to keep a flat palm. I promise you, none of these animals out here in our fields are actually able to bite you. Most of them only have one set of teeth, that is the bottom teeth. Their upper teeth are most likely the teeth that will grab you, but I promise you, they don't have those, so you'll be perfectly fine today. The worst you'll get is a lot of slobber. Now, you may have heard that llamas spit, which in fact that is true, but when they're spitting, they do not produce saliva like we do. They're actually pulling whatever they have deep down in their free stomachs and
Shit. I have something here. Can you see that far? Oh, there's a deer. No? I want more food. This one over here is snapping. Oh, okay.
Alrighty, we will keep moving here to find our next animal of the safari tour. Once again, as we go through our woods, please keep all of your body parts inside the bus.
Now you just start to walk over the bus. I did like
shelter and hiding places for the bigger animals we have here. We can also have a stream of water that runs all the way through the woods. It is a man-made stream. It's been here since 1965 when our park was open. It has knock-on drive-in. And it does know we've been having our water slides to bring down here that's for our animals to drink out of.
Oh dear. Water buffalo.
Alright, straight down to the right of us, we have our Asian water buffalo. We do have some up ahead of us as well. Now, I did mention we do have 2 babies right now. They are up ahead of us. The shorter one, or the darker one up ahead of us, closer to us, that one was actually born overnight on Tuesday. And then the white one that is actually feeding from her mom right now, just up ahead further, she was born just the day before, so they were very close to each other. Now, the gestation period for a water buffalo is exactly a year long, so 3 months longer than we would go, so we have to sit here and pray for these ladies. They do usually have the babies closer to the beginning of springtime. They did so really late this year, and obviously at the same time. Now, they are considered endangered right now. There are fewer than 3,000 left in Asia. This is their most favorite thing to do all day long. They will sit in these mud puddles to keep cool from the hot sun, and also to avoid getting sunburned. They are able to get sunburned because they do not have a lot of hair on their backs. They do also have very wide hooves to help them from not sinking down into that. Usually 9 inches in width. And they do fall off every year. We collect every single antler that falls off of these fallow deer. We did used to have an antler archway at the front of one of our entrances. It did get so old though that sadly it collapsed. We are working on collecting more of those antlers though, hopefully for the next couple years to rebuild one of those antler archways. You'll see they have a variety of different colors. Whatever color the mother is does not always mean the baby is going to be born the same color. Whitetail deer, whitetail will have their spots when they're younger, lose them as they get older. These guys will keep those spots for their entire lifetime.
Oops, sorry. Bring it over here. Hold on.
Now we do have plenty of these deer, I promise you will see them throughout our safari tour, throughout the entire safari tour. To avoid overpopulation, especially during baby season, we do take them to other zoos and take them to exotic animal auctions. We are going to keep moving forward. These water buffalo are pretty lazy. They will not get up for us at all. We are not going to sit here watching them doing nothing at all either.
Sign out. Right here. I got an out next one.
We'll also do a very slow drive-by of our 2 babies.
Look at
Now, an interesting thing about this white baby that we have over to the right of us now, on Monday, 3 of our tours actually got to witness the birth, and I was actually on one of the tours, so I watched the legs come out and everything. It was a very cool experience. She is, and the other baby are very healthy so far. They're doing very good with their moms as well. Down to the left of us, we do have our younger baby elk just standing next to her mom there.
Yep. Hello there. No, fucking. Sorry, you're too short.
So if we do look over to our left-hand side, we'll see a pretty big cattle there laying down on the ground. He has those massive horns on his head. That is our Texas Longhorn. He is the only Texas Longhorn in our safari tour. For some reason, they named him Little Red, even though you can tell he is not so little. Although he is called the Texas Longhorn, he does not come from Texas. He comes from Spain. They are one of the few types of cattle that can live entirely off of grass. They do not need other supplements like grain or hay. The world record for one of them is measured at 10 feet 9 inches. He measures at about 7 feet, close to 10 inches in diameter. Now do not let their horns fool you. They are a lot lighter than what they seem. They are made of keratin, which is like our fingernails and our hair. It's a very light material. And also, they're hollow inside, so they only weigh about 15 to 20 pounds each. And I promise you, their big heads can most definitely support all of that weight. Do not let them fool you. Now we do have a couple of short black and white cattle laying down there. They have that very long and shaggy hair. They are known as yaks. They come from the Himalayan mountains of Tibet. They are one of the shortest cattle because they have very long and tall mountains over there that they need to stay above ground and also have strong legs to climb up. They do have that long and shaggy hair as well because it is absolutely freezing over there, which surprisingly helps them to survive the hot weather that we have here. Now we do have some of our North American bison up ahead of us. We are going to slowly go forward to see them.
Oh, look, they're already moving their way down to the next clearing.
Oh, what's up, gang? You know I pet a bike twice.
Oh, wow.
I saw it.
Holy smokes. Laura, just off to my buffalo or bison.
Now, again, if you look over to our left-hand side, you also see two big white bulls standing up over there. They are known as Brahma bulls. They come from India. They are made up of 4 types of females. The one on the right-hand side, by himself at the fence, his name is Ernie. And the one grouped up with the other cattle now is Bert. You'll see they have very large humps on the back of their necks that is used for an oil storage. Over in India, once they secrete that oil, they use it for a numerous amount of things. They're also known for being in a sport called bull butting. That is where they'll butt heads continuously until one of them passes out. And again, over in India, they do bet on that sport. Now, we do have most of our North American bison here. Bison can weigh up to 2,000 pounds in total. Our largest one here weighs close to 2,400 pounds, and he is an assisted bison. It is almost like albinism. They get the same white or black-colored hair or skin, but instead of that reddish pink eye, they will get a big blue or brown eye. Now, it is more rare for bison to have that gene. 1 in 10 million are born with it, and we are lucky enough to have 4 of them here at Tobias. We have Big Daddy, his son Junior, and 2 females, a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. Our 2-year-old actually had our youngest baby bison, which is closer to 2 months old now. And our other 2 are closer to 4 months old.
Yeah.
Now, even though bison carry so much weight, they can actually run up to 45 miles per hour. So if I were you, I would not want to be out there with one of them right now. We do also sell bison burgers here at Tobias. I promise you though, we do not get the meat from our cattle. We get it from a farm in Canada. It is more healthy than regular beef burgers though. It is more lean and lower in cholesterol. If you would like to try it today, it is in our Grill and Grub concession stand where our other burgers and fried foods are. I promise you they are very good.
Oh, okay. He's laying down.
Hot enough, Daddy? Big Daddy decides to take a rest. Lick out of it.
Alrighty, everyone, we are going to keep moving forward. We do have most of our North American elk just up ahead of us. And again, please do not touch their antlers.
It's just like... Hello there. Can I give it to him? No. These are elk.
I think this little boy has some for you.
Hi. Hello.
I'm so excited.
Jesus.
Hi, guys.
Once again, they are called the North American elk. They are the second largest deer in the deer family. Does anybody know what the first largest deer is? The moose, yes, which I'm very glad we do not have moose in our safari tour. They do tend to be pretty mean, and they do chase after people, which we don't want to have here. Now, only the males will have antlers, females will not. Again, they're in that very sensitive growing process right now. That is known as the velvet stage.
Whoa.
And again, as you are feeding them and petting them, you may notice they only have bottom teeth. They do not have any upper teeth. For all the kids on the bus right now, please keep brushing their teeth, or this is what you're going to turn out to look like. You want to keep those teeth, and you also don't want to look like a big, slimy, or stinky elk.
You want to go sit with them? You want to get Jordan for a little bit? You want to answer our
Just hold your hand.
Our safari tour. All right, we have our largest breed of antelope here. They are known as the eland. You'll see they have spiraled horns on top of their heads. They use that spiral to twist any branches above their heads, and then they whip them down for food. You'll also notice they have white stripes on their backs used for camouflage. They do also have a flap of skin hanging from their necks that is known as a dewlap. They use it for their cooling and heating system. When it does get too hot for them, that'll move side to side, acting like a fan to cool them down. Most of our animals do have dewlaps in our safari tour. These animals just have more prominent ones. As we are walking around the bus, you may notice a click in their knees. The louder that click is, the more dominant they are over their group. Some say they use that click also to communicate between one another in their herd. Others say it's just doing problems. This is most likely option number 2. Now, a very interesting fact about them, standing still, they can jump up to 6 feet tall in total. I am pretty sure they could jump over our fences if they wanted to, but we know they won't because they do get fed here. Now, also while we're at this point, we are actually at our highest point in Tobias. This is over 200 acres of land, 150 in our safari tour, and another 50 in our walkabout part of our park. We do own most of the land outside of the fence as well. we use that land to grow crops to feed our animals, which you may have seen a lot of exotic animals today, but we did only start with 11 exotic animals in 1965 when we first started our park. That includes a baby bison, a deer, a coyote, 2 bobcats, 2 badgers, 2 foxes, and 2 raccoons. And yes, foxes and raccoons were considered exotic back then. Now again, this is the last stop of our safari tour. We do have more animals that you can feed inside the park with your cups of food and bags of popcorn, only in these single fenced enclosures though, as well as our petting zoo. Please do not feed any animals in the double fenced enclosures like our lions. That would be a no-go. You would not be feeding them your food, you'd be feeding them your hands. Also, I do recommend visiting our giraffes today. Again, 10:30, 1 o'clock, and 4 for the feedings. I recommend being there a little bit early though. We do have a limited amount of food and we are incredibly busy on Saturdays. I do also recommend visiting our white African lions while you're up there as soon as possible because they will be put back into their building around 1 o'clock. After that time, our adult African lion Leo will be out for you guys. Now, once again, my name is Nikita. I was your safari tour guide and bus driver today. I really hope you enjoyed the safari tour. If you guys did not enjoy the safari tour, my name is Michael. All right, we're going to head back down to our safari station.
That's cute. See you.
Thank you, man.
Drop it.
Which one? I like that orange one. The tail's so long. Yeah, I like the
We're on a time limit here, buddy. A limited amount of souls. So it really drops you. So think how much I like knows new law that has trouble producing. Yeah. So she's like, yeah, it's totally doing it. And I was just like, yeah, I'll give her a lunch because I literally have no idea what to do.
Okay.
That's what I do. Like,
let's get up here a little ways. I'll stop. All right.
yeah, it's fine. I don't have it with me now.
Oh. What are you doing, Noah?
What's that thing? A
Åker akıyor.
porcupine. You see him in the
Akıyorlar
corner?
arkada böyle. Dönüyor ateş.
Over here.
Patlıyor.
Nasıl birkaç şey o öyle.
Bunun içi çok güzelmiş. Şimdi Güneydoğu Anadolu'da varmış bunlar. Öyle. Diyarbakır'da orada.
Do not feed that to our giraffes. The reason for that is these animals' food is very measured out. We don't want them to eat too much and we don't want them to get sick. So please do not feed them any other food from the rest of the park. And lastly, if you have a stroller that does not have a child in it, we do ask that you keep it down off the deck. It allows for the deck to be less crowded. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me or one of the other attendants, and I'll remind you guys to step back a little bit closer to feeding. Thank you.
You got a cool pattern on it.
Now we're dressed.
Tell me what.
Hello everybody. Since one of our giraffes is coming over, we do also ask that if they try to lick you, to please pull back. Our germs, hand sanitizer, soaps, sunscreen, stuff like that is not good for them to get a hold of. So make sure you're not letting them lick you. However, you're more than welcome to pet them below the eyes. They are very friendly and happy to meet people. Thank you.
Break.
Thank you.
Cam. Cam.
Here he comes. You're late for you. I can't see.
Oh, look at that.
You make it look crazy. Yeah, a little piece of popcorn.
What's that?
They should be bringing him out shortly. They want to do between 12 and 1. Thank you. Yeah,
Careful. It's probably real busy.
Umeziona?
Try it. See what it looks like.
We're not on
Yeah. It's too money on it, so it's not gonna have to get another charger.
Yeah,
I don't know
figure
what I
out, but
ever did with that.
I don't know. We're gonna find it one of these.
I didn't think that would ever die. She said, where are we going? Down here.
Janie! Janie!
Four legs that she hops around in her land phase. So throughout their lives, our amphibians are heavily affected by all forms of pollution. Now, back to the second reason for Jan's gloves, they're actually going to be to protect herself from Belle. I know Belle doesn't look it, but she's a very toxic toad. She's got those two large glands on her shoulders, and if she felt scared or threatened, she could use those to secrete a milky-white toxin. If that got onto your skin, it would leave you with a really nasty rash, something similar to poison ivy. If you got it inside your body, though, like a predator might out in the wild, if they tried to eat Belle as a snack, it can make you very, very sick. It can lead to severe stomach aches, headaches, nausea, fevers, hallucinations, and enough of it can even stop the heart from beating. So it's a very dangerous substance that Belle and our other giant marine toads have to stay nice and safe. Now, I know Jen is carrying Belle around here, but we do ask that you don't touch any amphibians out in the wild. We don't know if they're going to have any dangerous parts on them that can really harm you, or if you might have something on your hands that can harm them as well. We want everybody to stay nice and safe. Now, I know I mentioned also that our amphibians are in a lot of trouble, but luckily our giant marine toads are doing very well. They're actually considered a pest species down in South America, so they're all over the place and not at any risk of extinction. We have some other animals around our park, though, that unfortunately are on that endangered species list. We have our Bengal tigers, the loud gibbons on top of the hill, a couple different lemur species around the park. Out by our giraffes, we have our Onyx antelope and African crowned cranes, as well as the scimitar horned oryx and the safari taur. Right here in this building, we also have our top tamarins and our pancake tortoises. They're both critically endangered right now. We do have one other animal here that we're concerned about, although she's not quite endangered yet. Yeah, there's Chewy, our chief tree sloth. She's been feeling a little under the weather today, so she is not out with us. She's on some vet notice to take a little extra vacation in the back room. So she's back there hanging out. But I'm going to continue on and grab our next animal while Jan tells you all about her.
Okay, Brad is going to be getting out Daisy, our alligator snapping turtle. He's going to eventually put it right here on this towel. So folks, make sure that no one walks in front or tries to touch it. Daisy has a pretty nasty bite. Alligator snapping turtles like this come from the southeastern parts of the United States. You will not find them here in Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania does have a common snapping turtle, and there are some differences in them. We're going to start out first with the difference on the head. Alligator snappers like Daisy here, you can see she has a very large, broad head and a short neck. So she really cannot reach too far around her shell, more than just up at the front part. The common snapping turtle has a very smaller head and a much longer neck. So they can really reach all the way around the size of that shell. And then on that shell, you'll see that Daisy has those rough ridges. That's very similar to the back of an alligator, which is how they got their names. Common snapping turtles have a very smooth shell. And then the third difference is in the size. Common snapping turtles can weigh anywhere from about 45 pounds up to a record size of 75. Daisy right here, even though she's pretty small, alligator snappers are one of the world's largest types of freshwater turtles. She's only 35 now, but they can reach a weight typical of 150 pounds. Right now, the record weight for an alligator snapper stands at 249 pounds. So she has the potential to at least quadruple in her size. And we're all waiting to see how Brandon picks that up later on, too. Now, since they are so large, they have a very interesting way of catching their food. They do not chase after their food. They have found a way to get their food to come to them. She's going to sit very still at the bottom of the pond, and she's going to let salt and mud cover her shell to hide her. She's then going to open up her mouth, and on her tongue is this little pink appendage that looks like a worm. She sits there very still, wiggling this worm. She closes her mouth again, wiggling her worm-like appendage back and forth. And she's waiting for a fish or a frog to come into her mouth to try to catch it. When they do, she simply closes that mouth and has caught a meal. So she really is fishing with that little appendage on her tongue there. Now they can close that jaw to the amount of 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, making them one of the strongest jaws in the animal kingdom. So we have to be really careful where we put our fingers to take them right off. Daisy's only about 18 years old right now. We know they can live.
Monty is an African ball python. They get that name because if you don't scare or threaten, he could curl his body up into a tight little ball, and he tuck his head right down in the middle to stay nice and safe. So you can see he's got his head out and about here, and he feels very comfortable up here with me. Now our ball pythons are a smaller species of snake. They only grow to around 4 or 5 feet in length. Our record size is around 6 feet long, so as far as our snakes go, they do stay pretty small. We have some other pythons, though, found throughout Africa, Asia, and Australia that can get much, much bigger. The snake that holds the record for the longest in the world is the green reticulated python from Southeast Asia. The biggest one of those ever found or recorded was around 33 feet in length. And a snake that size would be from one end of the wall all the way down this glass wall in front of you guys today. Now, we do have another kind of snake at the park here. Kirsten is bringing Diego in the center aisle for you guys. Diego is a boa constrictor. Our boa constrictors come from the rainforests of South and Central America. Diego right now is a little under 6 feet long, but he's not done growing. Anything over 10 feet for them is considered to be a really good size, although at one point, our record size was around 18 feet in length, so they can get very, very big. Now these two snakes come from different areas of the world, but they're going to hunt for their food in the exact same way. Neither of them are venomous, so just like every other snake in our building, they're constrictors. That means when they find food they want to eat, they're going to use their mouths to bite and hold on to prey. They'll wrap their bodies very quickly and tightly around and squeeze so hard they actually cut off blood flow to the prey's brain. Once they have their prey subdued, they're going to open that mouth nice and wide and they swallow their prey head first and whole. And this is where the difference is going to come in. Because no matter how big Diego or any of our boas get, they'll only eat something medium-sized. They're on the size of a rabbit or a chicken. Our pythons, on the other hand, the bigger they get, the larger their meals are going to become. There was once an 18-foot-long African rock python. seen attacking and eating a fully grown leopard out in the wild, so they are capable of taking down some very large and dangerous prey. They do have to be careful though, because they're not always the smartest in the prey they go after. If they choose to hunt something like an antelope with those really long, sharp horns, or maybe an African crested porcupine, where adults can grow quills like these up to 21 inches in length, snakes can end up with these horns because their quills sticking straight out of their bodies. As you can imagine, an injury like this is not good for our snake. There can be a small little holes on Monty's upper lip here. They're used to detect body.
Four different species of crocodilians. Of those 24, only 2 of them are actually called alligators. One is the Chinese alligator from Southeast Asia. It only grows to be about 4 foot long, and it's critically endangered due to habitat loss and illegal hunting. Then the only other type of alligator in the world is really our North American alligator. They can grow to a record size of 21 feet, but a more typical size might be anything around 12 to 15 foot. An interesting thing about them is when they begin their nest, the female builds it from mud and loamy plants and puts 15 to 80 hard-shelled eggs in it. Now, she'll cover with plants and mud. Since she is a cold-blooded reptile, she cannot sit on her nest if you get warm. She sits close by to protect it, and then she lets all those rotting plants in the sun incubate her eggs for her. The interesting thing is, if her nest is kept at 89 degrees or lower, all the eggs are going to hatch out as females. If it's kept at 91 degrees or higher, every egg will be a male. And if it's kept in between those two temperatures, we have a mix of girls and boys. That's usually how it is, and that's also true for crocodiles. Now, alligators and crocodiles do look a lot alike. The main difference between them, though, is in their teeth and in their head. So Brandon pulled out Draco here to help show you the difference. Being an alligator, Draco's going to have that broader head and a rounder snout. A crocodile would have a more narrow head and pointed snout. Alligators also have a slight overbite. Their top jaw is just a little bit longer than the bottom jaw. So you can see with Draco's mouth shut, you can still see his upper teeth sticking out. On a crocodile, when they close their mouth, their jaws are the same length and their teeth will tuck into notches. You're going to see upper and lower teeth both on a crocodile with his mouth shut. And then the third difference is a little harder to see when it's on the skin. An alligator has these tiny black specks all over the upper and lower jaw and also inside the mouth. A crocodile has those same black specks, but they cover the entire
Look at that big snake back there. See him? Can you see him? Yeah, see him? Sleeping. No, when you're waking up. Look at him. Yeah, he's not moving, is he? You see him move a little bit. See him moving just a tiny bit? Which way going? No, he's looking over the back.
Okay, we're going to have a snake up here and I'll get back here.
They're underneath the box.
I know.
Just take a picture. Just take a picture. That's where they're back here. This is just the shell. This is where their bum. This is where their head is.
Oh, there he is. Look, he's moving. If you see his head, you can see his head there with his tongue. See his tongue?
He's like,
See him?
Oh, the eyeball. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that because that does nothing.
You don't fear?
What?
You don't fear the snake?
You can touch it if you want.
No.
You don't want to touch it?
What is she holding, right?
It doesn't bite. It looks like your friend.
What?
Is it your friend?
It's Monty.
Somebody else touch her. You can go home and tell Mom you touched an alligator. She's going to be mad at us.
You guys can touch his back and tail.
There is another
All right, hold Mama's hand.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, it's
I
okay.
didn't know you were taking a picture.
Oh, is that good?
Do you want more?
You want more?
She's not hurt nothing. She likes it. See, my mom not. Oh, you like it? See? Look. Hey, tell her, get over here. Say, get over here. Look, it's Billy. Hi, Billy. All right, come on. Let's go in.